The top 5 drugs that cause most deaths annually are tobacco, alcohol, prescription drugs, heroin, and cocaine. About 44,000 people die annually in the United States due to drug-related deaths. That's 120 people every single day. Notice that the top 3 deadliest drugs are completely legal in the United States. There have been 0 deaths directly related to marijuana, and yet it is still classified as a Schedule I drug. The conversation about legalizing marijuana has been growing for years, and as United States citizens, we are all involved. I've been doing research on legalization of recreational marijuana for weeks now, and I found that legalization would be beneficial to America. Today I'm going to go over how prohibition is a costly failure, cannabis is the next cash crop, and how prohibition is actually hurting the medical community and their patients. Billions of dollars are spent on prohibition. The United States is $13.6 trillion in debt, and prohibition is costing us a lot of money that can be spent on literally anything else. An ACLU report from 2013 suggests that taxpayers shelled up to $6 billion to cover pot enforcement, prosecution, and incarceration. And even though money is being dumped into prohibition, it hasn't proven effective. The National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws states that cannabis remains the third most popular recreational drug of choice in the United States, despite 60 years of criminal prohibition. According to government figures, nearly 70 million Americans have smoked marijuana at some time in their lives. Of these, 18 million have smoked marijuana within the last year, 10 million are regular pot smokers, and furthermore, by stubbornly defining marijuana and smoking as criminal, this includes adults smoking in the privacy of their own homes, we're wasting police, clogging courts, filling costly and scarce jail and prison space, and needlessly wrecking the lives and careers of genuinely good citizens. A few states have changed their perspective on marijuana laws, but the federal government still considers it illegal. Legalizing marijuana on a federal level would save the United States billions. Now that I've discussed the cost of prohibition, I will describe the way that legalization could actually make the United States money. The United States is in debt. This is not a new or foreign concept. According to Jeff Zizarkin's and the Visual Capitalist of 2015, the United States' debts account for 29% of the entire world. We need a miracle to even put a dent in our debt, and that miracle could very well be cannabis. Legalizing and regulating marijuana will bring one of the nation's largest cash crops under the rule of law. Cannabis in hemp has been proven more profitable than cotton. It is such a large and profitable industry that legalization could boost the economy and create American jobs. Colorado has brought in nearly $73.5 million in selling marijuana and marijuana products in the last few years. On the flip side of that, there are reports saying that the government can make upwards of $7 billion a year by taxing legalized weed as much as it does tobacco. Ariel Nelson for CNBC states that tobacco and alcohol sales could generate over $17 billion in federal tax revenue. If other legal vices could generate that much for the United States, marijuana can do the same exact thing. Given the current economic environment and the deficits the states are facing, legalization could very well be the miracle we need to get out of debt. Now that I've discussed the financial parts of legalization, I'm going to illustrate how leaving marijuana as a Schedule I drug is actually harmful to some people. We have all heard about the medical uses of marijuana. However, solid data on marijuana's health benefits are lacking. This is because research is limited due to the federal government designating marijuana as a Schedule I drug. This classification is used for the most dangerous drugs and being said that they have no accepted medical use and have a high potential for abuse. Some of these drugs include heroin or cocaine. But as state after state legalizes marijuana, doctors are able to gather more evidence. Dramatic stories about families moving to Colorado for a special strain of marijuana to treat their children's seizure disorder have led to stronger calls for research. The Epilepsy Foundation recently called on the Drug Enforcement Administration to relax its restrictions on marijuana so that it can be properly studied, as did 2 prominent epilepsy researchers in a recent New York Times op-ed. WebMD Chief Medical Editor Michael W. Smith, MD, states that the medical community is clearly saying that they support using marijuana as beneficial treatment for a number of medical problems. In fact, many doctors already prescribe it, but health professionals are still unclear as to what the long-term effects may be. The findings would indicate a strong desire to have the DEA ease the restrictions on research so that additional studies can be done to conclusively show where medical marijuana can help and where it might not. 50% of Americans at this point support making making marijuana legal nationwide, and 45% say the benefits outweigh the risks. Today I've outlined how prohibition is wasting money, how legalization can make money for the United States, how legalization can allow further research for marijuana's medical purposes. Legalization is largely beneficial to the United States. The top 3 deadliest drugs are legal, and marijuana has proven far less dangerous. Let's change the way we use this drug to benefit the United States. Thank you.